Alright, how's it going, everyone? This is Black Mama 44 coming back at you with some more Tyranny. So we finally killed those bastards outside here, and it's time to actually get into the keep. So let's do this. So I asked myself, what do I think of Herodin? What do I think of Straydus Herodin, right? I think he's a coward. Say that. I think he's a little bitch. And, you know, as people suffer and he's like, oh no, I have to... He hid here. And that's it. Alright, so there's Matthias and Jagged Remedy. And there's Straydus Herodin. Regent. I'm going to make this very simple for us both. You can join us in the Scarlet Course and create a prosperous future in the Tiers, or, well, there isn't a second option. See how easy it can be? Try not to complicate matters by thinking about it for too long. Persuasive as ever, the Course tries to make these difficult decisions as easy as possible. My elite soldiers absorbed into the Voices of Nerat's slave army? Oh. The Scarlet Course will never control Sentinel Stand. This is a house of regents, not the squatting den of your verminous gangs. We don't have to kill each other, Regent. The Voices of Nerat has a number of offers on the table, and many of them end with you enjoying a long life. Or some semblance of life. I came here to kill the Regent, not to conscript him. You lied to me. I did no such thing. The Voices needs the edict to stand a while longer. Your revenge can wait until our war with the disfavored is finished. Stay back, I tell you. The Voices will have to seek his amusement elsewhere. I refuse to become a servant of Kairos. And haven't you served Kairos by keeping this edict alive, Regent? As much as I would take pleasure in killing you, please remember that I'm here to offer you alternatives. You only have one way out. Submit to the Voices of Nerat. Huh! I would sooner submit my manhood to a beast than surrender to the Voices of Nerat. It is my seat of power, and I will not hand it over to the likes of upstart brigands. You understand nothing of power, Regent. These stones belong to those with the strength to keep them right now. That isn't you. Remember, we want him alive. Yeah, God, there's so many. There's so many of them. Back up.
Another battle. I'm
Back
starting
up.
to think we're bad at making friends.
I'd have it no other way. I will aid you. Stalwart
This weapon is entirely worthless.
will do.
Nice.
I will aid you.
Don't engage me, you fucking asshole.
As you
Engage
command.
Lantry either.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
This weapon is useless.
This is useless. You should try something else.
This weapon is useless.
I'll spill your guts.
Oh, this is Straydus Herodin.
I'll tear your skeleton out by your ass.
Will do.
This weapon is useless.
Damn.
It's a hit.
I wonder if this asshole's trying to fucking fight with us. Oh, still can't save. Oh!
They won't even get close.
This is useless. You should try something else.
Nice. If only I had the breath to spend defying you, but I fear the fight has left me. Straydus, I'm not above dragging you mangled and shrieking back to cacophony. If you think this is finished, you quite mistake the matter. You filth! Don't expect sympathy after what you've done. Wasn't enough to keep the edict alive. You fought us to protect it. Sword is finished with your miserable reign. We'll be stronger without you. Alright, so one of Straydus' soldiers tearing off her helmet. I won't let you do this, and her name's Amelia. Amelia? Alive? But you come to the Regent's defense. What is the meaning of this? Explain yourself, girl! Some of us could use an No, what is the meaning of this? Before you get sanctimonious about why I'm here, take a good hard look at what you've done. I'm not the northern warlord I once was. Sitting out the conflict made me see this conquest from a different perspective. We were wrong! Kairos led us from the right path centuries ago. We marched south to finish the Overlord's work, but don't you see that the tears are the last chance for us to make this right? You took your sweet time coming to your senses. The Unbroken could have used a sympathetic defector. But that dream is all but shattered now. I should kill you for fighting with the Regent, but the Scarlet Chorus has other plans. You're a prisoner, so what happened? There's no time for a story. Not while we have our blades pointed at each other. If any of us survives this, which I suspect isn't likely, I'll tell you everything. But right now you need to stand down, back away from the Regent. Why are you fighting for Stalwart? Stalwart has a fighting chance at winning back their independence, but we invaded this realm on the mad whims of a tyrant because of many reasons. The Regent is beaten, the keep is ours. Will you cooperate? Never! I know what atrocities you and the rest of Tunon's ilk are capable of visiting upon us. I know what my father does to traitors and deserters. My father. I love my father, but it's nothing compared to the love I felt for the father of... Amelia, please be silent. It's over, you understand? I'm dying. Save your strength for more important things. Your master didn't send you to resolve the edict, yet I lie stricken before you. Whatever strength I possess, I will use it to stop you from taking Amelia or my people. They deserve more than I could ever give them, and better than what dark fate the Voices promises. Nope, Amelia, you're coming with me to the Voices of Nerat. The Voices? Amelia, you make your own choices, but no. Don't let the Fatebinder lead you into the maw of that ravening beast. Amelia, stop! You have to keep your promise, remember? I can just tell that this one isn't going to come peacefully. Judging from blood loss alone, he won't survive being carried out of this fortress. The Voices will be disappointed, but it couldn't be avoided. Should we offer Brownbottom here the honor of dispatching the last Regent? It looks to me as if he's champing at the bit for the opportunity. I would like nothing better than to ram a spike through Herodin's traitorous heart. So Matthias, take the vengeance you were denied, kill the Regent. He buries his axe in the Regent's chest. Kills him. His body falls, and you watch the blood pool onto the floor in silence. There's a feeling of anticipation in the air, but nothing happens. So the surge of arcane energy and sense of relief you experience at Ascension Hall is not there. You hear the howl of the storm outside and realize that the edict endures. Curious. I understood that the edict of storms would abate when the last of the Regents died. Could we have been mistaken? You hear a faint cry, a baby's cry, and realization dawns on you. Alright, so a trial of Archons. We have some more added. Convince Amelia to meet with Nerat. God, it's gonna be one of those trick ones, isn't it? There. It's gonna be garbage, too. Yeah, broken shield. Okay. So, quick save. Number one, I want to look here at a trial of Archons. So now we have even more. Ash's daughter colluded with the Unbroken Regent, producing an heir. So she's in her disfavored raiment. Step away from my daughter. You will not have her. Oh no. Oh, by the Archon's mercy, don't let this be so. Your daughter is the Regent heir. Now that you killed Straydus Herodin, she is. She has nothing to do with Kairos or the Edict. You have no right to judge her on the basis of blood. How is this possible? So first, do you need me to draw it out for you? Because there are a few ways it can happen. People get confused about these things. First, she lifts her leg above her head, but you cut her off. My union with Straydus the Younger. He showed me kindness behind these walls and taught me about Stalwart and the Tears, the culture and heritage that made these people the pride of the realm. He died in the 3rd year of the conquest. A disfavored spear pinned him to the ground he fought to defend, and he never rose up again. Did you know this would prolong the edict? We suspected that the bloodline would implicate my baby in Kairos' eyes, but I knew nothing for certain until this moment. Don't ask me to interpret the Overlord's heartless design. I have no love for this edict if that's what you're asking. It's torn a noble realm to pieces, fractured the pillar of their culture, and ruined countless lives. But I have a responsibility to the people of Stalwart to preserve their heritage and leadership. My father and the other Archons destroyed this nation. She and we can help put it together. What a curious development this has become. Your aspirations are folly, of course, because there may be an alternate solution waiting in the wings. The Regent remained in Sentinel stand for her protection. The edict was his responsibility to shoulder, not hers. My daughter will not be another victim of Kairos' conquest. She has the blood of the North coursing through her veins, and no one has a right to take her life. There's no need for bloodshed. The Voices of Nerat offers you as hospitality. You know, I see this as an opportunity in disguise. Ash will never take Amelia back or recognize his granddaughter. We don't even want the edict dispelled. Ash and his forces are weakened in their own territory. Amelia, it would be my honor to invite you to the care of the Scarlet Chorus, asylum if you will. The Voices of Nerat would be more than happy to ensure your child's safety. You think me a simpleton. I know that the Voices is a monster, a void of lies and empty promises that somehow assume form, and yet, you guarantee my daughter's safety. I'm not looking for your law speech or some practice declaration of your honor. Just tell it to me straight. Do you see a better alternative before you? Besides running a blade through your heart, I'm no pushover. I warn you. I don't have any illusions about my odds, but how can I leave my daughter's life to chance? It's a chance for a better life than she would have here. You should accept it. Very well. There is an honest air about you, and I suppose there would be if you worked for the Voices, but I am anyone else in the world to trust, do I? Wrath with disfavored, favor with the Voice of Nerat. So, I'd call this the best change of fortune since the war began. Not only do we possess the key to the Edict of Storms, but Graven Ash and any loyalist to the fallen regents will think twice before launching an attack at Cacophony. A fair day's work. Alright, controlled by Scarlet Chorus. To have this victory at Ash's very doorstep, I'll remain here and send word of your success to the Archon. Alright, more favor. This is not the fate I envisioned for my country, but with Straydus gone, there's hope. I suppose there's hope. I'll report to the Voices. As sickening as I find the idea, I suppose I'm his now. So, we have 5 with Scarlet Chorus. And now we have to speak with Nerat. There's a little box here, and we'll take everything out. Come out here, there's Jagged Remedy. And now we have to go back to the Voices of Nerat and report everything finished. So we did it. It's not too bad. Yeah, I just think it's weird. So, Blood Chanter. The keep will be ship-shape once it's had some work done. Okay? And don't forget, the edict is still going, right? You should check with the Voices of Nerat. I'll stay behind and see after the repairs on Sentinel Stand. So, I'll see you later. Alright, so it's time for us to leave this shit place with their ridiculous sky blades and shit. So yeah, now the Scarlet Chorus control the entire area. Yeah, so that is one of the secrets. Is even if you're with the disfavored, you can tell Ash what happened. And once you tell him, he becomes furious. So, with the disfavored, your entire purpose is getting rid of the edict. You know, that's your goal. So, something that I think the most interesting is that even though it's your goal to get rid of the edict, as a disfavored, one of the only ways to get rid of the goal, to get rid of, like, you know, everything that's going on, is you can kill the baby. You can kill the baby to stop all the shit from happening. You know, and it's one of those choices where it's pretty much the only choice you have. Now, going to the Burning Library, that's where I found that there's actually another option. So, if you go to the Burning Library, instead of going to Lethian's Crossing over here, then you can actually get a little bit of, like, extra. And I think that that's awesome. I really dig that. A little bit extra, as in you actually have the opportunity to solve that without having to kill the child. And something that I like is that basically with Amelia, for the Scarlet Chorus, Voices of Nerat wants her because he basically wants to torture her father. You know, that's his thing. Obviously. He's not doing it for fun, you know. And I think we already talked to you. Okay, no we didn't. So I've slain the disfavored in the wilderness near Lethian's Crossing. And the proof we settled on. A bloodstained sack as agreed. 1,000 rings. More importantly than that, I was able to get the Bronze Brotherhood to join the chorus. 1,500. Better results than I expected. Don't get to say that often around here. Fine, here's the rings. Situation report. There's a bunch of storms. So disfavored soldiers captured some people. Defectors need to be rescued. But we'll decide what to do with them when they're under our care. I'll find and deal with them. So, Boulder Reef Village. Alright, looks like we can just take some scrolls. And we can go to Boulder Reef Village. Keep an eye out for someone asking for our help. I don't think there will be anyone. Seven Toes. Alright, so here's the voices. Just sitting there. Maybe we should kill them all and start again. That would be a delight. Bah! We can always dispatch our howling mob when Ash and his iron clods are staying on this country. Fatebinder. Always a pleasure. What do you need to know? We're dizzy with answers. So, report on my activities. Fatebinder. Our spies report that you perform well in the Blade Grave. Amelia is safe in our keep, and the Edict of Storms rages in glorious perpetuity, grinding stalwart to a nub. You delivered also Matthias, the unbroken leader, a most fortunate prize to fall in our hands. He has already taught us much about his people and will teach us more still. But our war is not yet complete. There is something else that may yet prove critical. So what happened to Matthias? The unbroken captain, yeah. Only an individual of surprising will and tenacity could survive the rigors of the Blade Grave so long without falling into our hands. What would you know of him? I see he has been put on a spike. Yes, after we shared a lengthy discussion about the politics of Old Stalwart, the tenacious captain thought himself beyond his station as a guest of cacophony. Simple disagreement followed. We took it upon ourselves to interrogate the good captain, and in time mutually agreed to part ways. We chose life, and you see the captain before you. So these things happen, I suppose. We're glad you understand. Sometimes we discover our allies in the most unlikely places, and sometimes their flayed skin decorates our war tent. Remain open to the possibilities, and you will never be disappointed. You've done this before. Ridiculous, Fatebinder. We spiked every prisoner to our heart's content. The ranks of our mighty army would be exhausted to the last man before the next full moon. The good captain gave much of himself before the end. His sacrifice was not in vain. Even if we don't have his rallying call, we have learned enough about the Unbroken to bring them into the fold. Did he give so much that it hurt to take his mind? You are very forward in your questioning, more brazen, more foolhardy than the young officer we met during the conquest. No need to get excited. The good captain was merely receptive to our interrogation techniques. We teach our pain artisans to extract information, but that is only the base function of torture. True interrogation is surrender of the self. Truths are but the first stage. By the end, the subject should not know themselves from their torture, and the same goes both ways. Shared experience transcends pleasure, pain, or thought. Good captain learned to give himself, and we accepted him with gratitude. Pitied not his staked form. This is but an empty vessel. No more worth your concern than a discarded sheath, so what's next? Time has come to handle matters in our home region. As you have no doubt, the Edict of Stone has wreaked havoc on these once fertile lands. Our Scarlet Corps recruits returned from their war hungry for provisions, but we have none to offer while the lands are thus blighted. The Archon Karen lays in the Stone Sea, clinging to life with both of his petrified claws. If he would simply allow death to take him, the edict would be resolved and our troubles at an end. Kill the incompetent fossil however you like. He is flanked by adoring Earthshaker mages, but they should prove no challenge to the likes of you. Find our agent Misery in the ruined city of Halfgate. She will instruct you further. She has disappointed us to no end with her performance in the region so far. If you cannot squeeze some usefulness out of her, I'm afraid her time in our choir has come to an end. So, how is Karen able to endure the Edict of Stone? Karen is hardly the deadliest Archon ever to walk Teradus, but he's certainly one of the toughest. His refusal to die even in the face of Kairos' magic is an impressive display of defiance, but an utterly futile one. And he clings to life by a mere thread. Unable to move, unable to speak, truly a sad state that only a traitor deserves. Killing him would be a true act of mercy. You're a good deed for the weak. I'll head deeper into the Stone Sea. Don't forget to bring us a souvenir of your travels. Cacophony has its charm, but we are always seeking outside amusements. If we look here, it appears that Nerat's generosity extends only to Amelia's daughter, not to Amelia herself. The voice has deliberately placed her body in a prominent position, a trophy of war that may only be eclipsed by the cold form of her father. And then right here is the censor. The censor no longer has had any purpose. Beyond serving as a vessel for its knowledge, she has been propped upright by multiple spikes, a garish reminder of the limits to personal advancement within the chorus. And then right there is Matthias Brownbottom, continues to live up his name, having soiled himself horribly during his final moments of life. The Unbroken's leader head is tilted upward, giving him a somehow prideful affectation despite the flies buzzing around his rear. Maybe we can ask about Amelia. Alright, so we saw that. Let's talk with Seven Toes, see if she has anything about Amelia. So, nah, let's just go. Let's just go. Alright. So, looks like my character and Verse both leveled up here. Yeah, so it looks like Amelia was killed. Even though we promised, you know, that she wouldn't be killed. Looks like only her daughter survived. Alright, greatly increases weapon damage is always good. So we still have all this magic shit, right? Alright, so then yeah, let's add fire damage to our weapon attacks. And we'll finish up with resolve. 19. That's pretty good. And now let's try to continue. Halfgate, Boulder Reef Village. Maybe. I really want to go here instead, but I can just go to Halfgate. Could go to Boulder Reef Village. Oh, let's do the side quest first, right? That's always a good idea. Alright, so we have to release the rebels. So, I don't know why I quick saved, but we also got a missive. Tunon, status report. You are to report to the Bastard City at once. Be prompt lest I mistake your tardiness for reluctance. Send a confirmation. Archon Tunon, as you request, I will appear in your court in good time. Send it. Alright, so there's Scarlet. There's a Scarlet Fury. Let's see, there is an Earthshaker. There's a couple enemies.
This is useless. I should try something else. On it.
I'll tear your
Guy's
skeleton
not
out by
tagging,
your
that's
ass.
pretty good.
That's fine. Just fine. I don't need that rip to scribe.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth. Did I always have this
There you
much
go.
fun?
Entry? Are you
Consider
gonna
it
help
done.
This is useless. I should try something else.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
This weapon is entirely worthless.
Boom!
This is useless.
Why are you guys not, like, doing all of your abilities? Fucking use them. Come on, Barrett. Kill
You
this.
got it.
No, you can.
Smash to pieces!
Got dark all of a
And
sudden.
there goes Verse.
This is useless. I should try something else.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
Try not to get
This is useless. I should try something else.
Damn thing.
No idea where Lance is. Oh, he's right there.
I've had fun.
It's like, it's almost like he just disappeared from battle.
I'll do it for the North.
Alright, let's look in here. Alright, keep going. Alright, so the rebels have to be farther in with them, right? Only makes sense. There's no way that they would have, or they might be over here. Who knows? Let's see what's in here. What are you? Forge-bound Master Smith.
I am a shield wall unto myself.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth. Bleed out, you little shit.
There we go. Okay, so it looks like there's an enemy down here. And
I'll do
there's
it for
an
the
enemy
north.
up here. Alright, well, let's gang up on the Iron Walker.
Send them at me in waves.
There they are.
Damn thing couldn't pierce
Alright, so
cloth.
now freeze them.
I've had far worse.
Yeah, sure.
Damn thing couldn't pierce
Keep
cloth.
trying to kill him.
Bleed out, you little shit.
This is useless. I should try something else.
Yeah, I mean, you could try something else if you wanted to. Like that money thing. No, it doesn't look like it.
This weapon is entirely
Stupid
worthless.
Ashes Aegis.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
So fucking annoying. There, light him on fire. Thank you. There. Hey, you fucking asshole. Alright. Alright, engagement attack 3. Alright, so quick save, of course. Go over here. Yeah, I know. I see the enemy.
I'm on
It's
it.
right there.
Your days.
Alright, let's keep fucking him up.
Shit.
I don't know why you cast this on me. He
weapon is
almost
useless.
always casts that fucking
Damn thing couldn't
Titan's
pierce
touch
cloth.
on me. Okay.
This weapon is entirely worthless.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
Didn't fucking kill me.
This is useless. I should try something else.
No.
Damn thing couldn't
So
pierce
good.
cloth. Bleed out, you little shit.
You missed! Come on, dog!
This is useless.
Snap
I
it.
should try something
Come on.
else.
I was gonna say, we'll just have Barrack fucking kill everyone. There. Okay. Wall was torn down in a rush and the items inside are missing. It's unknown whether fleeing residents or aggressive looters are responsible. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Alright, so, let's go down. Alright, so there's 2, 3, 4 enemies.
I'll do it for the
Attack
north.
him.
Smash to pieces.
Oh, okay.
This is useless. I should try
Yeah, I
something
guess we'll
else.
just kill you. Aw, dude, stop casting Titan's Touch on me. Like, come on, Lantry, fuck. That doesn't help me at all. It doesn't help me. Alright, so then let's go back up here, right? We can take 2 at a time, maybe 3. 'Cause that's another Master Smith, so we can take a couple at a time. Okay. So, no, I want you to attack as soon as you get within range.
Trouble is a
And then we run back. Okay.
No reason to tarry.
This is useless. I should try something else.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
For the glory of Kairos!
Hey, glory. It's pretty good, huh?
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
There, you like that shit, though? Get up. And there she goes. There you go. And now we take down the pathetic Earthshaker.
This is useless. I should try something else.
You know what happens to frogs? You know what happens when frogs are hit by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else. Alright, let's kill him.
Hope you made some bread.
Oh, okay. Another worthy foe. He's just pretending like it doesn't hurt. Yeah. Excuse me. Whetstone. Alright, let's free them, I guess. Free the prisoners. We'll continue on our way to the Scarlet Course. Alright, disfavored javelin. Now there's a bunch of items around here. Scarlet notebook. Alright, sort of the same thing. Same thing that we saw before. It's just more option for us to actually see. So, okay. Actually, no. Let's try to let's try to go up here. Alright, over here. Over here. I'm not totally finished. I think maybe going to Tunon's court will be the best. Yeah, the Bastard City. Take us 5 days, 3 hours, 15 minutes. That's not too bad. But hey, we have 3 spires. So we have 1, 2, 3. We need the last 2, so we need 4 and 5. The only thing I can think is that these 2 will be late game. So it's sort of like Vendrian's Wells Act 1. And then you can get Lethian's Crossing and the Ocean Spire, or the Sunset Spire and the Ocean Spire and the Mountain Spire by Act 2. So you can have these 2 by Act 2 if you choose them. Encountering the Bastard Sphere. So as you walk along a lonely stretch of open road, you see a single dog walking towards you. Its front right paw must be bad, judging by its uneven limp. A few breaks in its matted fur outline old scars. If it's noticed you, it hasn't given any indication to the fact. Let it go. You decide to leave the animal be, instead continue on your journey. Not out of kindness, but because I'm afraid it has some horrible disease. And there's no option to, like, you know, patch it up or nothing. You have to kill it. Kill it or let it go. Alright, so yeah. So right here, Tunon sort of said, hey, yeah, you have to show back up to court. Alright, you return as summoned, despite the work of responsibility on your soul. Ah, shit. Let me start that again. Sorry, guys. You return as summoned, despite the weight of responsibility on your shoulders. The court appreciates your devotion to our good work. It should come as no surprise that your activities are closely monitored. As an extension of Kairos' law on the frontier, your progress is a topic of some interest. I sent you on a mission to bring order to the chaos of the Civil War. Not enough time has passed for me to expect any significant progress, but I'm curious about your findings all the same. I want to make sure your time outside of the court's shadow is being used effectively. Scarlet Chorus sing of your name across the tiers. You must have taken some brutal measures to earn their interest, no small feat. No matter what terrors you inflict on this fallen realm, I hope that you continue to observe the Voices of Nerat. He has sowed chaos in this campaign, the court would know of it. I'm happy to be an asset to Kairos' forces and to pull chaos out by the root. That is all the court has ever demanded of you. You do well to recall your duties with such exacting precision. You have spent some time on your own recognizance. The efforts of our military and the challenges they face should be of no mystery to you. Tell me, are you any closer to determining which of the Archons is at fault for the troubles of this campaign? I believe Graven Ash is the guilty party. The Archon of War prides himself on his loyalty, and the skilled fighters he trains with have turned the tides of this war on a number of occasions. On what grounds do you make this claim? So Graven Ash's daughter colluded with the Unbroken, producing an heir. Material evidence is hollowed to the court. I respect your diligence in collecting it, Fatebinder. You bring hope to my ambitions of bringing order to this divisive campaign. Be sure that you remember this and any other evidence you identify when you are called upon to present your findings in a more formal manner. I look forward to receiving your full report. I will summon you again at the appropriate time. If there's nothing further, you're dismissed. Farewell.
No reason to tarry.
So yeah, we do technically have a lot more with the Voices of Nerat, right? But you know, I mean, if we can get Graven Ash, you don't have to have like 1,000 reasons why. Just enough. So let's travel back to Halfgate, and that's where we will begin next time. So far, I think this campaign's going good. Well, I should say it's going well. Going good doesn't really make sense. You know, going pretty good, boys. I think that this is going pretty well. I'm digging it. Just looking here, I definitely think that this will be a good stopping point, and we can pick it up next time. So as this finishes, we got another missive from
example of the
Tunon.
Overlord's devastation. Like a battering ram, the edict cleared everything in its path, including the farmlands we need to keep the army supplied.
If the Scarlet Chorus lack for provisions, they should stop expanding beyond their means. Short of that, you can eat each other for all I care.
I'd rather snap that lobster shell around you and skewer the fleshy bits underneath.
Alright, so we'll finish with the missive from Tunon. Linux, excellent. We await your return. Fantastic. Okay, so on that note, I want to thank everyone for viewing, for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Dislike it, give it a thumbs down. You know, I'm digging it so far. I'm going to see how far I can go today, because if I can finish it, then I definitely will. So, on that note, don't really anticipate any Foxhole today if anyone wants to view that or anything. Because I am digging that game. I think it's really cool. But I think today I'm going to focus mainly on finishing Tyranny. Because as much as I like it, it's a lot of talking and a lot of speaking, which in itself isn't that bad, except, you know, it gets tiring to voice every single character. Excuse me. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to finish it today. You know, and then I'll probably be putting everything up on Reddit or some shit. I don't fucking know. But until then, I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope that everyone has a great day. And this is Black Mamba 44. Out.